I woke from my afternoon nap when my husband came home unannounced. I am just a plain housewife. I devote myself to keeping everything in check in our house while my husband works as a commercial pilot. My charming husband smiled at me as soon as he entered the room. He's not supposed to be home for the next 5 days because he told me he would have Asian flights. But here he is. He gave me a bouquet and a kiss on the lips. You're so sweet. I didn't know you were coming home. He sat beside me on the bed and held my hand.
When I remembered that our second wedding anniversary would be in 3 days, I immediately bailed out from my flights and took a vacation leave because I have to make time for you.
My heart warms as he says those words. Michael is very busy, and I have always been so understanding. I don't mind if we don't have plans for our anniversary, because I know he will catch up at another time. His sweet and thoughtful gesture so touches me. Thank you for showing up.
You're welcome.
He kissed me on my forehead and handed me an envelope.
Here you go.
I took it and opened it. My heart almost stopped. It's a ticket to Switzerland. My hands are shaking so badly. Is this for real? I am so surprised. Are we going to Switzerland?
Yes, love, this is for real. I know you always wanted to go there, and there is no better way to grant your wish on our anniversary. So pack your bags and we will go.
My husband was interrupted by a sudden phone call. I took a peek at his phone as he was going to answer it. The contact's name was just a heart emoji, but I paid it no mind. I continued to squeal in excitement. I'm finally going to Switzerland. While my husband was answering the phone call, I read the itinerary. We will be there for a week, and I cannot wait to savor every moment. Good thing my best friend from boarding school lives in Switzerland. I can catch up with her and finally meet after 3 years. After my husband hung up, he turned his attention back to me.
Are you ready?
He cheerfully asked me with a very wide smile. Of course, I am, love. You're the best husband ever.
You don't have to bring your wallet or phone. I'm in charge of everything.
I gave him the tightest hug, and he hugged me back. I feel like the luckiest person on earth. The next day, we headed early towards the airport, and I was so excited because we would be using a private plane, and my husband would be flying it. As soon as we got inside the plane, we were greeted by a beautiful and sexy young girl, a flight attendant. She's so tall and slim. Her proportions are perfect, as well as her facial features. Welcome, sir and madam. I am Leah, and I will be assisting your flight today. Please, take a seat, madam, and let me accompany you to the aircraft cockpit. I saw my husband staring at her intently, and Leah, on the other hand, was also giving him a flirty look. I shrugged it off because maybe it was just nothing. I don't want to be bothered with the little things because I'm going to Switzerland. Before we flew, I notified my friend Emma that I was going to Switzerland. I was living my dream the entire flight. This is my first time riding a private jet with my husband as the pilot. Leah serves me my favorite food now and then. Here's your tiramisu cake, madam. Enjoy. Thank you. Can you check in on my husband, please? He doesn't want me to come to the control booth because I would somewhat distract him. But I think he's bored. Can you check in on him for a second? Leah smiled widely, as if she was so excited to do the job. Sure, madam. I would gladly do that. She immediately went to the driving booth. I watched her walk towards the area, and I could sense she was so eager to do the task. After many hours, we finally arrived in Switzerland. I cannot contain my giddiness and excitement anymore. As soon as I step on its soil, my heart beats so fast. This is a dream come true, I shouted, and my husband laughed at my gesture.
This is also a dream come true for me.
This is going to be the best time of my life.
Me too. I promise that all my time will be yours.
I looked at him and I was so confused because as he said those words, he was staring at Leah while she was checking our baggage. Is he being serious? Where are we going now, love? I caught his attention and he got taken aback by my voice.
We'll go to the hotel first.
I nodded and followed his lead. We headed immediately to the hotel. The next couple of hours were filled with enchanting experiences. Switzerland is a beauty to behold. He took me to a fancy dinner and bought me luxury items. But of course, Leah joins us. I understood the situation since this was also her first time in Switzerland and she didn't know much about the place. That's why I agreed that she would tag along with us. I'm okay with it anyway because she's not a nuisance. Meanwhile, on the brighter side, my husband has planned everything for this 1 week trip. The following days were all about adventures. We went to different tourist destinations and restaurants listed on my bucket list. The fulfillment of checking them off one by one is such a great feeling. Thank you for everything, love, I said to him as we cuddled on the bed.
Anything for you.
I smiled at his reply. I swear to God, I am so lucky to be in this type of relationship. After a few seconds, my husband's phone rang. He quickly got off the bed and answered it. But before responding to the person from the other line, he turned to me first.
Wait a minute.
I nodded in response. He went out to answer it. I am so curious about who he is calling. He told me that his time would be mine for a week, but here he is, being distracted with phone calls now and then. However, 30 minutes have passed, but he is still outside on his phone? I am so annoyed. What's taking him so long? Until an hour has gone by. I was about to go out and check on him when he opened the door and immediately went to get his wallets and keys. Where are you going?
I will be out just a sec. Business.
I nodded in response again, but before he could leave the room, I glanced at his phone and saw the same contact with a heart emoji. Is he still calling that person? Who is that? I woke up the next day. It was already our 5th day of the trip. I did not realize that I already fell asleep waiting for my husband last night. He said he would return quickly, but I stayed the entire night. Where the hell is he? The clock turned 12 p.m. and my husband was still not there. I tried to contact him, but I couldn't reach him. I started to panic. Then I remembered I didn't have cash because he insisted on paying for everything. I contacted him again, but I could not reach him because he blocked me. My hotel room's phone rang, and I immediately answered it. Hello? This is the hotel's front desk. Your checkout time is at precisely 1 p.m. Kindly check out from your hotel room on or before the given time, and pay your bill worth $200,000 at the receptionist booth. Thank you. I almost dropped the phone. I don't have any money. I'm starting to panic. I can feel my hands shaking, and my heart beating so fast. Yes, thank you. I didn't know what to say anymore, so I ended the call. My tears started to fall from my eyes. I couldn't breathe properly. I need my husband. But before I could succumb to anxiety, my husband emailed me. A very heartbreaking email.
Joanna, I hate to say this, but I am over you. I tried to be excellent for the last time, so I took you on this trip, but I cannot fake everything anymore. I don't love you, I never did. Life with you was hell and boring. I am running away with Leah, the love of my life. She insisted on leaving you behind because you were mean to her during the flight and the trip. I don't want you to mistreat her because I will hurt you for doing that. Mark my words. Could you stop calling me? Goodbye.
I yelled as I cried so hard. This is not happening. He can't leave me like this in this foreign place. I knew something was going on with them from the moment I saw Leah stares at my husband and vice versa. I knew they were into each other. And what does he mean? I didn't mistreat that woman. I never did. I was kind to her even if I was uncomfortable having her around during our trip. This is completely absurdity. There are lots of things going on my plate. My husband leaving me, his mistress putting words in his mouth, and a hotel room with millions of bills. The telephone kept on ringing as the clock almost ticked to 1 p.m. I am so anxious as I'm thinking about the bills. What will they do to me if I can't pay? Will I be arrested? There was a knock on the door and I was so nervous.
Ma'am, this is a reminder you will be checked out in less than 30 minutes.
I don't know what to do anymore. I feel so lost and alone. I have nowhere to go and no one to ask for help. Wait. My body escalated as I remembered someone. Yes, someone. Someone who can help me. I must call Emma. My best friend from boarding school came to my mind. I know she can help me. I called her immediately and she answered right away. Hey, are you still in Switzerland? I cried the moment I heard her voice. She started to panic as she realized that I was crying. Jojo, are you alright? What's wrong? My husband left me with his mistress. I don't know what to do. Please, help me. Where are you right now? Could you send me the location? I'll go there right away. This presidential meeting is almost over. Presidential meeting? Yes, my dad's meeting. Haven't I told you he's the country's president? What? I didn't know. She chuckled softly. Yeah, he is, so don't worry, because we'll find your jerk husband and his mistress. They won't be leaving Switzerland as if nothing happened. My heart was at peace as she said those words. I am so thankful to have such an influential friend. While waiting for her, I sat on the ground staring at my phone, surrounded by pictures of me and Michael in happier times. After 30 minutes, Emma finally came. She immediately supported me by comforting me and even paying for the hotel bill. Jojo, we must make them pay for what they have done. Let's expose their betrayal to the world. At the back of my mind, I really wanted to get back with my husband. But then I realized his cruelty and how awful he left me here in this foreign place. I want to take revenge. You're right, Em. They can't get away with this. We will show everyone their true colors. After that, we worked on our plan, gathering evidence and compiling comprehensive records of his abuse before this incident, his complaints about our marriage, tormenting words, and secret affairs. On top of that, with the help of Emma's connections with an intelligence company, we uncovered Michael's numerous messages, pictures, and proof of Michael's affair. We were planning our next move the entire day. We will start by releasing the evidence on social media. Let's expose their affair for the world to see. Perfect. I'll use my contacts to ensure their faces are plastered all over the airport. They won't be able to escape the shame. I am so eager and determined to watch their downfall. They have to be embarrassed. The next day, we went to the airport to plot our plan. The airport is buzzing with activity. People whisper and point as they recognize Michael and Leah's face on wanted posters. Meanwhile, we were watching from a distance, hidden among the crowd. I'm so nervous about what will happen until I saw them together, holding hands but walking silently as if they didn't intend to be caught. I can feel the tears in my eyes forming. There, Emma. Let's confront them. They were unaware of our presence. They walked through the terminal, their heads held low. I stepped forward and my voice was filled with determination. Michael, Leah, I think you have something to say to me and everyone here. I shouted at them. They froze, their faces pale as they realized they have been caught. A crowd begins to gather around us. The onlookers murmur in disbelief and contempt, their disapproving glances making Michael and Leah feel the weight of their actions. You thought you could betray me and walk away without consequences? Well, now the world knows who you indeed are.
Joe, please, I made a mistake. I'm so sorry.
We're begging for your forgiveness. I looked at them, a mix of anger and sadness in my eyes. Your apologies mean nothing to me now. You both deserve every bit of shame you're feeling. I walked away from them, with my head held high. The crowd continues to glare at them, whispering their disapproval. I stood on my hotel's balcony, watching as the city moves on without my husband and the life I used to have. I took a deep breath, a sense of empowerment washing over me. I won't let their betrayal define me. I will rebuild my life stronger and wiser than before. Emma offered me a citizenship in Switzerland, and I'm more than happy to accept it. I bought a house in the countryside and decided to live there for good. I'm more than ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and healing.